Hello, hello, hello. I am painting not a flower. I always laugh because I paint a lot of flowers. Oops, I almost went too high there. I gotta watch what I'm doing. Oh, and I also drop a lot of paint. This should be interesting. I'm Lynn Browder, and I have a son, Owen, who is 11, and he has autism, and we paint together working on his fine motor skills. And this board is not straight. This part technically really does not matter because I'm going to be covering it up. So that's not an issue. And then we are doing another, I keep wanting to call them trolls, which trolls and gnomes, you know, it just depends on what you want to say. But so here we go. That's what we're doing. And this will get some extra color here and there. So it will also be fine if it's not exactly where it shall be as we go along. Once again, if you watched, I've painted, this is my third one. I painted one the other day, and like this, I'm using the wrong brush, but it'll all work out. I promise. I promise. We just keep going till it does what it does. And we'll put some more color in there and some more shadows, and I need a brush rest. I keep saying I'm gonna do one. I have one, but oh, hello. I haven't gotten it out. I usually don't put my paintbrush down when I'm doing flowers. I paint a lot of I paint with the same paintbrush because I like the way the colors continue to grow, like as the painting grows. If you've seen any of my flower paintings, if I use a lot of color, then every time you add with it on the paintbrush, if you don't clean off your paint, oh, look, it flew. Not a big deal. If you, I'm gonna tell you, if you don't clean off your paintbrush on a normal, like every few strokes, you're leaving the colors all behind. And it's hard to tell on this one because on the screen you probably can see it as it's going, but I have white and cream, and in fact I have a couple different colors of cream. And when you're painting, you if you use just the white, you're not getting like the different layers. You're not getting the up and down kind of motions. And in a minute here, I'm going to add some grays to this party mix over here. And the grays are just to add kind of like the old texture, the, you know, different colors and everything. So it's just kind of the thickness of everything. And that's why I say it, this white background that I started really doesn't matter, because I'm doing all of this on top of it, and it's more just to kind of have the base under there and cover it up somehow. But it would also be okay, because it would look totally different if you just left the background. You know, this might be cool to do snowflakes or something around, and you would have that kind of design as well. So it just, you know, it's always one of those things you just kind of I do it a little bit different each time. I'll show you the other ones when I'm done here. I'm gonna put some feet down here. We have had, it's a Monday, and we have had a very, 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 let me say another 20 times, very busy Monday. Owen started back to school after the Thanksgiving break, and it was like he was so relieved that he was getting to go back to school. So that was a wonderful thing, and he was happy, but it was just kind of like that mix of the right happy, the right enthusiasm. He wasn't overly ecstatic. It was just almost more like a relief kind of happiness. Like he finally, you know, won the school lottery of going back, kind of thing. So it was a good day. It was, because he got to go, busy day, a crazy day, lots of things, not just with his school stuff, but just busy for 1,000 other reasons. But you know, he was very happy to return to school, and then he went to his music therapy, and then his vision therapy. He had wanted to get pizza tonight, but I made the mistake of saying that we could go in and eat the pizza instead of going through the drive-thru. And that's one of the things that's kind of hard for him, is to have something different. And we haven't eaten in this restaurant, and so he goes to restaurants, but we just have to adapt. We have to adapt and, you know, change and kind of work with it. So that's the thing. So we are almost to this part, and every time I do one, I do them a little bit different, and figure out which way I want to do them, and so forth, and millions and millions of so on and so on. So I'm gonna go back. Ooh. We gotta make a little nose here, and so I said I almost went too high here, because it's really going to be okay, because I'm going to put more whiskers out here. But I almost went too high on the thing. And we just want to put our nose, that nose. So I have a a bristle that's not doing what it should do. It's sticking out, which is not helping the process. But truly, this will be okay because the whiskers will kind of go through there anyways. So now I'm just gonna kind of fold this back in and give it a little more. I have there's actually two pinks. It's kind of hard to tell on this, but there's two pinks on here that I'm mixing kind of together as I'm going along. And when I'm doing that, again, it's kind of to help the texture of it and the look of it. If you look, see, that's kind of a lighter plain pink. And you can see maybe if the difference in those two colors. But that's what kind of makes the flow when I'm doing this. And then I'm going to add a little bit of a gray mixture into this to kind of bend the, like, you know, when you put on a shirt or a hat or anything, when you put it on, it doesn't lay there flat. It kind of sways with the wind or bends, you know, when you sit or stand, etc., etc., etc. So this is the same way, because you want motions in there. And the pink, like, I'm gonna put some of this gray kind of in here, because that's, like, you know, the shadow of what's going in when the hat is kind of moving, and it's gonna dry a little bit different, you know, when the colors kind of set in, so that will share and show and keep that. I need to change, see, brushes do matter, even though I have my favorites. They do matter, and I didn't really want to go up that high, right? But again, it doesn't really matter. Okay. And we're going to put the white part on there. And this little dude right here, I'm going to cover that at one point. And then I'm going to do his little feetsies. I have like a sneeze that's been kind of there all day. But now see, technically I should let this dry longer. It's kind of why I went up and back and forth, so it would dry some. And this is like the first layer of this. And so I'll do kind of the same thing, as I'll put some more up there for his little feetsies. Once that dries just a little bit, and we're going to put the white on there, and I will see if I can do this without hitting the camera. That's the red one. So we're getting there. And then, if I don't knock anything over again, and that's the green one. So they look a little bit different, but they're all about the same. So there, I'm going to do a little bit more of this and kind of get this up around his nose. And do some of that gray. Do you see the one lovely bristle that I keep putting under and it keeps coming up? So far there's white and there's a medium kind of gray, and then this technically is a cream that I'm using right there. So that I'll just give all the colors, and then I'm going to do that. It's there. This dark is not actually black. It's a I think it's called Pavement, and it's a dark gray as well. So now maybe you can see I just added white to it, so maybe you can see the difference with that there. So now I'm going to put the kind of the pom-pom, and we may have to adjust some of this, we'll see. And I don't mind if the pink or the gray kind of gets on this again, because it will again kind of be like the flowing of the trim on the hat, you know, so it'll all work out. Just keep kind of working it around, and then I do a little bit of the texture in that too. Oops. It doesn't really matter, because if you really truly don't want your colors to mix, you can prevent this. You can. I just am not the one that's gonna do it. I do care about it, so don't get me wrong, I do. But I just am not the one that stays, that I don't put, there's very few paintings that I've ever not completed in one time frame. So, it just doesn't work out that way for me. But you can. You can do it. He's got, this one kind of looks like, each one of them looks a little bit different to me, and this one kind of looks like a duck. He kind of looks like a duck. So now I'm gonna do a little more of the pink on the shoes, just and I don't mind, again, that like the color variations, and the like, it's just like the wear and tear on little feet or the shoe sole, you know, whatever. See, and now that's gone. And technically there's like a whole section. I paint with my son, and so you know, we just kind of paint. We just paint. We paint and have fun. And every time I look at one of my paintings, I think about how far he's come. And, you know, painting, I started painting to paint with him. But I'm now, I paint for me, you know, I paint because I love it so much, and it's just, it's what I need. It's what I want, what I really, so, but there we go. That is our little, and I sign this O for Owen, and then L and B. Okay. There we go. We are done. Thanks for watching. Doodles.